Brennan, you got 4 or 5 days till the season starts. I mean, just kind of getting ready to hit someone that isn't wearing crimson.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to hit somebody that is my teammate. You know, it's going to be so much fun on Saturday. You know, back at Giesa Field, and it's going to be amazing. Good energy. I hope all the Palousas out there. You know, it's a crosstown rivalry. Haven't played in a little bit, but it's going to be a fun game.
What have you kind of seen, in your own growth over the course of fall camp and heading into the season?
I just think the biggest thing, I think some of my coaches touched on, was just having that full season, to actually, full off season, A couple of years I've been, having some nagging injuries afterwards, but really is the first year I've been able to just put my head to the grindstone, not have to rehab anything. And it's been really awesome to see just the power I've gotten in my legs and just overall build my entire stature, throughout the entire off season.
One thing Coach Coop has talked about is, with how good the edge room was last year and will be again, he wants to see the sack numbers up. I think it was just 21 last year, and it was, I think 106 maybe in the country. What do you guys have to do to kind of get that number closer to 30, 35, and kind of affect the play a little bit more than just the quarterback hurry? I
think the biggest thing is just playing with confidence. Each one of us, has a special thing we can do, and I think going to each game, not trying to shy away from those, those plans of what we want to do, and that'll give us more confidence in the game. I feel like last year, we were kind of too tied up on numbers, but this year really just want to play free, give 110%. At the end of the day, just be, ourselves out there. I feel like when you don't chase numbers and you just play for the guy next to you, better things are going to happen out there.
The depth chart got released yesterday. You guys have 6 edges listed. How much do you think that speaks to just incredible depth in your room, and especially when you have another guy like Gabe who wasn't even on those 6, but obviously can certainly play at a high level?
I mean, it just kind of is a testament to what Coach Coop has done with all of us, just building that high standard. Just over the offseason, you see so much growth of every single guy in our position group, and honestly, that list could end up being 8, 9 by the end of the year with how these young guys are progressing. Like Malachi coming in from spring ball, I mean, he's made such huge jumps, and I feel like just, every day I see more confidence in him, and just same thing with every single guy in our little group. I think we hold ourselves to the highest standard possible, and it's not necessarily it's not a coach-fed room, it's player-led. I think me and RJ have done a really good job just kind of, upholding the standard to everyone in our group. It's always extra film work, always getting stuff afterwards, just always trying to be better and push each other to, be as best as we can.
Just kind of on the defense in general, if you could tell the fan base what to expect from your guys' defense this year, what would you say?
I say it's high octane, energy, and flying to the ball. That's the biggest thing. Our defense, prides ourselves on having 11 hats on the ball and being very disciplined in what we do, not being occasionally great but consistently good. Everything we do, we do our 111th every single play, do our job, and make sure that we, stop the run like Coach Callaghan says.
And then coming out of the gates here, I know, week 1, you're probably a lot of adrenaline for the team here. What do you need to do to make sure you're not, too over-energized, that first couple series?
I mean, it's always hard going into the first game of the season. Obviously, it's been, football is one of those sports where you have 12 months of preparation for 12 games, So the biggest thing I think is just everyone playing within themselves, not trying to do too much. Don't be a hero out there. And I think also with the, understand that there's going to be a huge energy in the stand, fans being there for the first time. It's just kind of locking in and having kind of tunnel vision in a way. You don't want to have that outside noise affecting you, playing with too much emotion. You want to go out there and just do your job at the end of the day.
I'm just curious, how do you get up for game week compared to, going from fall camp, now you're in game week situation? What gets you going?
Honestly, I just try to keep as level-headed as possible. I'm one of those guys where hoo-hoo, rah-rah before a game does not get me going, actually gets me too energized. I think for me, just staying really level-headed, going through my keys, going through my reads and all that stuff before a game, and honestly just kind of being zen in a way when I step on that field, because I feel like when I'm most focused on what I'm doing in my job, I feel like I don't get too outside of myself. Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Awesome. Hey, Mom.